I hear so much about Uganda online, but mainly about its politics, the memes, Kampala, but I don't really see a lot of content highlighting the magical places it has like this. This is Lake Bunyonyi. It has about 29 islands. Lake Bunyonyi is located in the south of the country. It's actually not that far from Windy, where the gorillas are, so this area is also right on the border with Rwanda. In general, I think the south of Uganda just has this amazing landscape, and as you drive around it, you get to see a lot of crater lakes, mountains, wild animals. It's just full of life and just beautiful. I was recording this footage from the hotel we stayed in. It's called Arcadia Cottages. I did the booking through the tour company that was taking us around Uganda called DAF Safaris. I highly recommend this tour company. They gave us a driver to drive us around the country, and he was very professional. He took us to all the places we wanted to go to on time, and he was also very knowledgeable about a lot of places. We would stop near Crater Lake, and he would give us more details about it, which I really appreciated. Unfortunately, I only did stay for a day in this hotel, but if I knew how nice it was, I would have stayed a lot longer. To be fair though, I could say the same thing about almost every hotel I was in Uganda. Uganda has really good tourist infrastructure in my opinion. The hotel was about $155 per night, that's including breakfast for two, and you get these amazing views for free. I'll show you the room later on in the video. I went for a canoeing tour on the lake. The tour actually gives you a chance to paddle, but I was so tired at this point, so I wasn't going to do any paddling. I just sat there, enjoyed the views, and relaxed. In the morning, I was actually trekking for the gorillas. Then we transferred to this area for the lake.
It's the Supreme Adventure Park. On the Supreme Adventure Park, we've got here some different activities. Yeah. For some different games, like ziplining. Oh, yeah. Ninja Warriors.
It was still quite early, and the guide was actually telling us how many more activities we could do, but we decided just to enjoy the views. But for the people who would like to visit this area, just know that there are a lot of other activities you could do as well, like the zip lining he was talking about.
Yeah, on the island, we have the zebras, waterbacks, impalas, Uganda cobs.
So yeah, he also mentioned how you can see some wild animals on some of the islands. Remember, this lake does have about 29 islands, and each single one of them does offer something different. It just depends on what exactly you're looking for. As we were canoeing, I just loved seeing so many different types of birds throughout the islands.
Look at that beautiful bird with the red beak.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that one's a Malachite kingfisher.
A Malachite kingfisher?
Yeah. So ours, the one we normally have on this lake, there are two types. We have the malachite and then the pipe.
Pipe?
Yeah, the pipe. So the one you've seen, that's a pipe, the malachite kingfisher. Yeah.
So the word Bunyonyi, it actually comes from a local language called Rufumbira. This is where Bunyonyi means a place with little birds. The lake and its many islands are home to a lot of small bird species, and you get to hear them when you actually go around the lake. So the name does reflect what the locals have been observing for generations. And that's also why the lake is called Lake Bunyonyi.
That one's a school.
That's a school?
It's a school, and then in the front there is a church.
Yeah.
So yeah, the lake also has a functioning community, and some locals actually rely on it for fishing, but small-scale fishing. It's mainly small scale because the lake is very deep. It's actually the deepest lake in Africa after Lake Tanganyika. Lake Bunyonyi's depth is about 900 meters. So what does that have to do with the fish? Well, fish need oxygen. And in very deep lakes like this, the lower layers have very little oxygen. So most fish can only live up in the upper layers, which means there's less usable habitat for fish in this lake. The lake is safe for swimming, so there's no crocodiles, hippos, bilharzia, and the harmful kind of like fish. It's mainly just small aquatic animals, the harmless ones. Now, back to the hotel. This is the hotel room. You also get a view of the lake. They also have a restaurant, so if you need to eat some food, you can just have it at the hotel as well. You don't need to go out to any restaurants, unless maybe you want to try out some local foods. But for convenience, we did a full board booking, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner was provided by the hotel. Actually, when we were just about to have our dinner, there was a power cut. But the service did not stop, so they still delivered our food. The food was good. I really liked the salads. So we had the salads as starters. I would consider a salad on its own as an actual meal because here they gave us a lot of it. In general though, the food portions in Uganda were quite big. So I was finding it quite difficult to finish most of my food. Then came the desserts. The staff were actually so professional and they made sure we had everything we needed. So the customer service, I would give it a 10 out of 10. And actually, because we had to leave before lunch as well, they gave us a lunchbox, which I thought was really cool. I noticed actually most hotels in Uganda were doing this. So maybe it's the norm in Uganda. I just forgot to record it though. For breakfast, I had an avocado on toast. You have to order menu items. They don't do those typical buffets you normally get in hotels. The outdoor sitting area for the restaurant is just breathtaking, especially in the morning. You get this fog or mist, whatever it is. It just gives it this ethereal look. I actually had a severe cough when I was here and I had to keep drinking dawa tea. Dawa tea is a tea with healing properties. I don't exactly know what they put in it. It tasted different depending on who was making it. But if anybody knows, please let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.